Hello and welcome back to Exposing Human Trafficking. There is a violent side of Brad Pitt that always kind of scared me when I was in Taos, New Mexico. Um, he got mad at me because when he was coming around disguised as the weird hippie dude on the motorcycle, biker type of mess, um, he first wanted me to go with him to his house to go look at his artwork. I didn't know him or recognize him, better said. So I wasn't just going to leave and go with some stranger. And I asked him, because he said, "Do you want to see my artwork?" And I said, "Is it in a gallery?" And he said, "No, it's at home." And I said, "Well, when it's in a gallery, let me know and I'll go see it." I tried to be polite. And the way he looked at me, I had on a sundress. This was August 7th, 2018. And he kept looking at my cleavage. The way he was eyeballing me, it made me feel uncomfortable. I was out there busking outside of the alley cantina in Taos Plaza in Taos, New Mexico. Um, I know subconsciously I must have recognized him. He just creeped me out, okay? And, he was kind of hitting on me. And so I figured I let him down gently and nip it in the bud. And I said, "Look, I have to tell you something about me." And he said, "What?" And I said, "I'm a cougar jaguar, and I don't date a boy one day older than 25. And it's true. You know, um, for somewhat reason, I just wasn't interested in older men. Um, older men had been sexually abusing me since I was a little girl. Why would I want to go with some old fart, right?" And he said, "Well, have you ever dated an older man?" And I said, I was involved with one who ended up also trafficking me. While my stepbrother was filming, he was raping me. And I found those videos as well online. And I said, "I'm just not into it. I'm not looking for a father figure." And he got really mad and totally blew up. And he said, "You mean to say you'd rather run off with some punk ass bitch and give me a chance?" And I was like, "You catch on pretty quick, don't you?" Um, there was something really disturbing after he put me under hypnosis. That's how he found out where I had the extra key hidden outside. In Colorado and Taos, most people don't lock their doors, but if you do, you leave a spare key outside somewhere. Some people don't even have a lock on their door. It's crazy. But you leave a key somewhere hidden because the threat of you being locked out and freezing to death and not being able to travel to your neighbor's house because, they're, maybe an acre away or 2 acres away, minimum, you could freeze to death, especially if it's in the middle of a blizzard. And the threat of someone breaking into your house is minimal. When I first moved to Colorado, people laughed at me because I locked my gate and I was freaking out because I didn't have burglar bars on my windows. Most people, they don't they don't lock anything. I mean, I know this one family where they've been living in a house for over 20 years and they locked the door for the first time when I told them what was going on. And I said that, be careful because I had spent some time with them, that these people didn't show up at their place. But that's rural living, that's rural life. Everybody knows everybody. And if you do something stupid, we're all going to know where you live and who you are because everybody's on a first name basis. So the crime is very minimal. And that's how he found out where my spirit key was. And that's how he was able to be coming and going in my house. In November of 2018, after Thanksgiving, I had to have all 3 windows on my tiny house replaced because the locking mechanism in the window was broken and I couldn't open the windows. So I don't know if that was an attempt to trap me in the house and what for, It was pretty odd that all of them had to be replaced. They were not opening and they were not frozen. I discovered they weren't opening in October, and then I had to call the company because the tiny house was under warranty, and then they had to approve it, and then there was bad weather, and then finally the windows were ordered and they were able to be installed after Thanksgiving in late November, because at first when the guy came to replace the windows, he had the wrong kind of windows, so he had to order again. And that's why it took so long. So it was like October sometime that I noticed that those windows were not working. But then Brad Pitt also started asking me some really weird questions. And, all the drugs and stuff, for a while, whatever I was talking on the other video, and hypnosis that they use on you, eventually that's all going to come out. And you will get those memories. He asked me, and this was very creepy. He asked me what kind of medication I took. And I told him I wasn't taking anything because I don't need it. I do alternative medicine. But then this is where I was like, this is not good. Even though I was under hypnosis, I knew something was off with this. He started asking me if I had any other piercings. He wanted to know all my body piercings. And then he wanted to know about what tattoos I had. And when I got that memory, I was like, this isn't good, because that's a way to identify a corpse, is by piercings and if you have any tattoos. Or if they were going to do human trafficking, you could identify me from a tattoo on my body. Some of the human trafficking movies, the porn movies of the rapes, they'll put an extreme close-up of certain parts of the body, and you'll hear the voices, but you won't see my face. So all of us women already were a bit kind of on alert, because there have been a couple of women that have also disappeared under the sheriff's watch. The one that my older stepbrother, George Bermudez Jr., said they had given $50,000 so that he wouldn't investigate. And I'll put a link in the description box below. It's not a lot of women. It's just a few. And these are the missing ones right now. But there were a couple of others that were killed. And one lady was found when somebody let their dog out for a walk, and he came back with one of her body parts. So women were very careful out there. For the most part, everybody knew everybody, and we all we're all friends. We all looked out for each other, and that's how we kept safe. But, those were some things about Brad Pitt that really concerned me for my own safety. So give it a thumbs up, comment down below. Um, subscribe and hit that notification bell and share, share, share so that there's not one more victim of human trafficking. Thank you.